Ladies and gentlemen, what you are looking at is history. The history of Team Rainbow.
Alpha 2, get moving. Moving into position. Roger, following. Following your lead. I'm moving up. In position.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you are looking at is history. The history of Team Rainbow. From its inception, Rainbow has existed to combat terror anywhere, at any time, in any form. The men and women of Rainbow have faced every conceivable enemy and tactical situation and defeated it through tactics, training, and skill. So buckle up, because you're about to learn how they did it. Pay attention. There will be a test, and it's going to last the rest of your lives. Operation Firewalk was one of the deadliest situations Rainbow ever faced. Combat in a hot zone is never fun. Here's where Ding really came into his own as a leader. He could have lost his squad in a heartbeat, but he brought them through. According to the information provided by an informant, the Phoenix Group, a terrorist organization bent on unleashing the deadly Brahma virus, was running a secret biological warfare laboratory in the state of Idaho in the western United States. Intelligence gathered suggested that the leaders of the facility were present at the time of the operation. Their escape was to be prevented. The Rainbow mission was to gain control of this facility by disposing of any opposition and recover all infectious agents. The team, composed of Chavez, Price, Weber, and Loisel, was to be inserted over the wall in the rear of the compound. From there, they had to make their way through the different buildings of the compound until they reached the laboratory and swiftly stopped the secret operation that was undertaken there. Six here. Listen up, Team 2. The Phoenix Group containment facility is heavily guarded, so this one isn't going to be a cakewalk. Our only advantage is surprise. They have no idea that you're about to hit them. You should be able to take them out before they know what happened. Good luck. Head to the lab and recover any data you can find. We need to know what they're working on and how far along...
Get out of the building! Run! Get away!
they are. If they're already manufacturing, we need to know where it's going. Sync up. Alpha 2, you must stop them from escaping at all costs. Get up on the roof and see if that gives you a better angle.
Hey! I think that's the enemy command making a run for it!
Good job, Team 2. Head back home and we'll meet in Hereford for your debriefing. Aztec Palace was an operation in Venice. Members of a radical sect wired explosives in a library filled with priceless manuscripts, then threatened to set it off. The library was a tight space, difficult to maneuver in, and the team had to control its fire precisely. If we'd gone in guns blazing, we would have done the terrorists' work for them. Instead, we took them down. Members of an apocalyptic cult, the Universal Harmony, mostly American coming from a fringe New Age cult out of New Mexico, had seized control of a Venetian library housing the Alberti collection, composed of rare medieval manuscripts. They had issued no demands, but our surveillance indicated that they'd set explosives in the building. Intel thought we had a mass suicide in the making. Our job was to retake control of the library before they could blow it up. Since there were no hostages, the primary objective was to secure and disarm the bomb and then proceed to eliminate the remaining threats. The team, composed of Chavez, Price, Loisel, and Weber, had to make its way to the library from their insertion point, progressing through large open areas, exposing them to sniper fire and ambushes. Alpha 2, this is 6. Your first objective is to infiltrate the library and disarm the bomb. Dr. Bellows informs us that while our terrorists might not... I have some bad news. Your path has been cut off by the blast. You'll need to find an alternative route to the library.
It's the police! I need
Ding, the cultists are aware of your presence, and their leaders have triggered the bomb countdown. Your time is limited, so rush in before things get explosively messy around there. This is 6. Excellent. The bomb is disarmed. Now go secure the perimeter and dispose of any remaining cultists. Airtight. Alpha 2, this is 6. The perimeter is secured and you're done there. Great job, people. We're waiting for you back at the base. 6 out. Razor Ice was an extraction operation near our home base at Hereford, England. Our objective was being held captive on board a ship at sea near Southampton. Any slip-ups on our part and she would have been killed. That ship was a death trap. Every corner was a potential ambush for us or for them. The abduction of Dr. Winston was the result of a betrayal from an unknown source at the time of the mission. There was no way Phoenix could have known Catherine was working for us. Fortunately, they botched the operation. They killed a passing patrol officer when they made their getaway. Scotland Yard trailed them to Southampton, but given our knowledge of Phoenix, we'd been tapped for the actual takedown. The Phoenix group had kidnapped Dr. Winston from her hotel and taken her aboard the freighter Orca's Smile, which was heading toward international waters. Chavez and Price were selected to accomplish this mission. Using an inflatable boat, they had been inserted at the stern of the slow-moving ship. The terrorists had threatened to blow the vessel up if a boarding attempt was made. The bomb had to be disarmed before proceeding to deliver Dr. Winston. Moving without being detected was of the essence, as it was imperative to bring Dr. Catherine Winston back alive. Before her disappearance, she was on the verge of cracking the whole virus thing wide open. Ding, Eddie, the insertion went well. The Phoenix group is unaware of your presence on the ship. Use stealth to slip undetected and disarm the bomb on board. Make sure that none of them sound the alarm, or they will start the countdown. Alpha, hurry up and disarm the bomb! Alpha 2, this is 6. We're getting multiple radar signatures converging fast on your location. Our guess is that it's Phoenix Group reinforcements moving to your location. 6 here. Ding, you're going to have to take out the Phoenix Group's leader fast. Dr. Bellows' psych profile on him indicates that he's highly unstable, and he'll probably kill the hostage if you give him the chance. Cut off your line to the extraction. Neutralize them, but you must absolutely keep Dr. Winston safe. Excellent job, people. I'm impressed. Now take the safety boat in with the package and we'll meet you on shore. Operation Infinite 7 was another takedown. This time it was Mexico City. With snipers in the windows, the team had to keep moving or lay down enough cover fire to buy Weber time to take his shot. Fortunately, he's good at that. Marxist revolutionaries had raided an international economic summit in Mexico City. After being driven back by police forces, the terrorists retreated to their headquarters in a neglected warehouse district near downtown. Their leaders had amassed a large weapons cache there that they intended to use against law enforcement. The team, consisting of Chavez, Price, Loisel, and Weber, had the prime objective of finding the weapons cache and securing it. Following this task, they had to flush the rest of the terrorists out and neutralize them. The Rainbows had to watch their sixes in there. It was a real hamster run. The terrorists were heavily fortified and expecting the assault. Silenced weapons had helped to retain some element of surprise, but for the most part, the team had to be ready for ambushes at any time. To complicate the situation, police sources told us that civilians could be found in there. Civilian casualties were not an option.
let's not waste time on this one,
reinforcements
people.
from the
We're looking at a
tactical
classic assault maneuver here. Go in, take them out, and don't get sloppy.
I think they're here.
Heads up, people. Tawny just told me that local police think there's a ton of ammo stockpiled in there. Use any explosives and you might get a nasty surprise. Explosives in the hot zone, do you understand? Your first objective is to find and secure that ammo cache. 6 here. Nice job. The ammo cache is secure. Continue the operation as planned and dispose of any terrorist threats. Be warned, though, that they may be holding civilian hostages, and Dr. Bellows thinks they won't hesitate to kill them. Don't give them that opportunity. If you see a tango with a hostage, take it out.
Someone help!
Ding, be sure that all hostages have been secured before moving any further.
Here!
Nice cleanup work, Team 2.
Not every mission involved guns blazing. There were times when it was more important not to be seen. Operation Deep Magic was one of those. We needed files, and we couldn't let the tangos know we had them. Being seen even for a second would alert the entire building. Ding learned to move like a ghost. He had to. Horizon Corporation had been linked to the Phoenix Group. John Breitling, the head of Horizon, had been secretly bankrolling Phoenix while Ann Lang went underground to run political interference. Horizon's central computer system was believed to contain information about Phoenix's plans to release the Brahma virus. As it was to be released imminently, we had to know where, or hundreds of millions of lives were to be lost in the ensuing pandemic. Alone, Chavez was inserted by helicopter on the roof of the Horizon building in downtown San Francisco and extracted the same way. He had to enter and leave the building completely undetected for useful intelligence to be gathered. Access to the computer was provided through a terminal in John Breitling's office on the top floor. In order to escape detection, Chavez first had to disable the metal detector to move through the building. Following this feat, surveillance cameras and patrolling guards had to be avoided. Use of deadly force was not sanctioned on this mission.
6 here. Ding. Horizon Corporation uses sophisticated biometric encryption technology in their security system. You'll need all your electronic skills to bypass it. Intel has identified a source point that you can use. Ding. The guards in this building are civilians with no connection to the Phoenix Group. Do not let them see you, and under no circumstances are you to use force on them. Now find Breitling's office and get that much-needed information. Be careful around that metal detector. It's active, and you're packing enough ordnance to send it through the roof. Ding, this is 6. Intel says you should avoid the stairs in the Great Hall. There is another path, the maintenance stairs, but all doors leading there are locked. You can open them from a security room near the Great Hall. Snooping in Breitling's office, make sure you deactivate his security system. Ding, that system runs on a redundant circuit. It'll be back online in under 90 seconds. Grab what you came for and get out, fast. Bad news. We just checked the data you gathered from Breitling's terminal, and what we need isn't there. Search the office again. The intel has got to be in there somewhere. Good job, Ding. The intel boys are very happy with what you've given them. Now let's get you out of there. Malloy and your ride will be waiting for you on the roof. We've got the all clear, Ding. Mission accomplished. Now relax, and Malloy will bring you home.
Normally, we operate in interior spaces only. Close quarters combat, CQB, is Rainbow's specialty, but you can't always pick your spots. That's what happened with Operation Black Star, an outdoor capture mission. You can, however, use the ground you have. Once Weber was in place, it was all over. Or so we thought. The Phoenix Group had raided a research station in Brazil. Intel indicated that this raid was intended as cover for Anne Lang's disappearance. The Phoenix Group intent was to fake the abduction of Anne Lang, the traitor who betrayed us, to allow her to go into hiding before the Brahma virus release. The terrorists protecting Lang were waiting for reinforcements to arrive before moving Lang to an unknown location. We had to prevent this event and take Dr. Lang into custody. The complete team, Chavez, Weber, Price, and Loisel, was dropped in the Brazilian rainforest with the use of a helicopter. From the remote location, they made their way toward the raided research station, disposing of any opposition. They had to capture Anne Lang and bring her safely to the extraction zone near the bridge, where the helicopter would pick them up. A tough plan, considering the adverse conditions.
Team 2, this is 6. Your primary objective is to proceed to the research facility where the Phoenix group has hidden her. 6 out.
It's a plane! Grenade! Grenade!
for you, head back to base and let's see what Ms. Lang has to tell us.
In the end, it kept on coming down to nuclear destruction. It also came down to us making sure nuclear power never got out of hand. Zero Gambit was as desperate a fight as the team has ever seen. Ex-military terrorists had holed up in a nuclear plant and were threatening to kickstart a meltdown. Not good, as they say. Our job was to stop them before half the Ukraine went goodbye. No one can ever know we were there, or how close they came. And that's the way it has to be. Always. Operation Zero Gambit. Maxim Kutkin, a notorious criminal who had eluded all our attempts at capture, and a small group of his followers had seized the Cherkasy nuclear power plant in Ukraine. He'd been issuing demands non-stop as soon as his men stormed the plant, but none of them made any sense. It was obvious that he had gone off the deep end. They were threatening to shut off its cooling system, triggering a reactor meltdown. If he had the chance to carry out his threat, we'd be talking a virtual rerun of Chernobyl, tens of thousands of square miles of Ukrainian countryside contaminated with radioactive waste. The Rainbow team, consisting of Chavez, Price, Loisel, and Weber, had to retake the plant and neutralize the terrorists before they could initiate the meltdown. The cooling system could be shut down from either of two control rooms at opposite ends of the plant. They had to be secured one after the other. Kutkin's men had the opportunity to contact the control room on a regular basis, so the assault had to be carefully planned, not to tip them off. Intel told us that some plant workers were still in the area, so the team had to watch out for innocent bystanders. I wished my men good luck and Godspeed, for they would be alone in there.
This one is important, people. We're talking nuclear meltdown here if we screw up, so there's not a lot of room for error. The good news is that the Ukrainian government thinks their lead scientist is still alive. So if he is, we can get him out of there. 6 here. Remaining workers are kept as hostages inside the office section of the nuclear plant. Secure each of them by disposing of any terrorists guarding them.
Oh, help!
Ding, be sure that all hostages have been secured before moving any further.
Help me!
Alpha 2, this is 6. The first control room is right down there and heavily guarded. The Russians have the order to trigger the meltdown if they face any opposition. No terrorist must be able to reach and use the control board. 6 here. Nice job disabling that control board, but there's still a lot of work left to do. You're approaching the generator room. There's too much interference for the Tango's radios to work properly, but Intel expects they've adjusted for this by guarding the room heavily. You'll need to go through there to reach the security room on the 2nd floor. From that point, you can change the codes at each door. Secure one door in place, leaving the other for insertion, and lock it behind you. That should keep them from raising the alarm. It will be very dangerous, but you will have the element of surprise. Six here. I see you're still kicking. Nice work. We received a distress message from a nuclear scientist before he was taken prisoner by the Russians. So move it and rescue him, people. I'll contact you as soon as this is accomplished.
I heard something!
Thank you. You've saved my life. But there is no time to waste. Goodkin, he is mad. He can trigger the meltdown at any moment. I can override the control room access system. If I can reach the secondary control room, 2 floors up. But Goodkin has a hacker with him. The one who got them into the control rooms. I think I can keep you.
I've overridden their control board. Now it's in your hands. Please, hurry.
Six here. I'm proud of you people. You've saved a hell of a lot of lives today. I'd say you've earned a little vacation. Come on home.
That is Rainbow's past. A legacy of honor, of courage, of duty, and of skill. It rests on your shoulders to continue that legacy. Those men and women never made a mistake, not when it counted. And I know that someday my successor will be able to say the same of you. They're all yours. Go make me proud.